When we have one shape that's an enlargement of another shape, we can call them similar shapes. These are not identical. The shapes aren't identical. They would be called congruent, but they're in the same shape. We can find a scale factor to go from one shape to the other shape. Here's an example. It says ABC and DEF are similar shapes, and we need to find the length of EF. So we're going to find the scale factor. What do you do to the small shape to get to the big shape? So we can see the side AC goes with the side DF. DF will be an enlargement of AC. Something times 6, the scale factor times 6, or 6 times the scale factor, is going to get 9. So what do you multiply 6 by to get 9? So if we're not sure, so we're going to say 6 times the scale factor is equal to 9. If we divide both sides by 6, the scale factor will be 9 over 6, which is the same as 3 over 2, or 1.5. So we can say to go from the little shape to the big shape, we're going to multiply by 1.5. And to go backwards, to go from the big shape back to the little shape, we do the opposite of multiplying by 1.5, and that is dividing by 1.5. So find the length of EF. So EF is this one here. That is going to go with B to C. So to go from the little shape to the big shape, we're going to multiply by 1.5. So the little shape's got a length of 8. Times that by 1.5. So 1/8 is 8. Half an 8 is 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. So EF will be 12 centimeters. And find the length of AB. So we know E to D is 10.5 centimeters. We need to find AB. So it's going to be 10.5 divided by the scale factor, divided by 1.5. So 10.5 over 1.5. How many 1.5s go into 10.5? If we double the top and bottom, that would become 21 over 3. How many 3's go into 21? That's 7. So it's going to be 7 centimeters. So here's one for you to try. So find the scale factor and then work out the length of EF and AC. So this time we can see the two lengths that we've got that go together. The two lengths that we know that go together are AB, which is 5 centimeters, and DE, which is 10 centimeters. DE is the enlargement of AB. So what do you do to go from the little shape to the big shape? What do you multiply 5 by to get 10? That's 2. So to go from little shape to big shape, we're going to times by 2. To go backwards from the big shape to the little shape, we're going to divide by 2. And we need to find EF. So EF is this length here on the big shape. That's going to go with BC, which is 6 centimeters on the little shape. So it's going to be 6 times 2, so 12 centimeters. EF will be 12 centimeters. And find the length of AC. So AC goes with DF. And to go from the big shape to the little shape, we're going to divide by the scale factor. So 11 over 2. Well, we can leave it as 11 over 2, or 5.5 centimeters. Here is another question. we're not told that we've got similar shapes here. We can work out, or we can see that we've got similar shapes because we've got triangle ABC, a little triangle, and triangle ADE, a big triangle, and those two triangles have got identical angles. The angles in both of them are the same. So they've both got angle DAE. That's in both triangles. And ABC and BDE are corresponding angles. We've got parallel lines here. We've got a line that goes through the parallel lines. And so where that line meets both the parallel lines, it's going to make the same angles. So these two angles are equal. And again, BCA and DEA are another set of corresponding angles. So we have all angles the same in these two triangles, and if all the angles are the same, we must have similar shapes. They must be in the same shape. So we've got a little shape and a big shape, and it might be helpful to redraw them. So I'm going to say I've got ACB, a little shape, and AED, a big shape. So ABC and ADE. What lengths do we know? So A to C is 6 centimeters. A to E in total is 9 centimeters. And D to E is 6 centimeters. So we need to find the length of BC. So we're finding this length. So let's work out the scale factor using AE and AC. Using AC and AE, we can find the scale factor. So 6 times what makes 9? If we do 9 over 6, that's the same as 3 over 2, or 1.5. So 6 times 1.5 makes 9. So to go from little shape to big shape, we times by 1.5. To go from big shape to little shape, we divide by 1.5. So to find BC, we're going to do 6 divided by 1.5, which is the same as 12 over 3 by double the top and the bottom, which is 4 centimeters. So BC is 4 centimeters. Okay, one for you to try. So the same situation, find the length of BC and find the length of BD. So again, we've got similar shapes. We know they're similar shapes because all the angles in both of the shapes are equal. So what do we know? We know AB is 3 centimeters. AC is 4 centimeters. AE is 10 centimeters. DE is 5 centimeters. So that's what we know. So what's the scale factor? What you do, so two sides that go together are AC and AE. So what do we have to do to 4 to get 10? What do we multiply 4 by to get 10? If we do 10 over 4, that's the same as 5 over 2, or 2.5. So we times by 2.5. 2.5 fours make 10. And so to go from the little shape to the big shape, we're going to multiply by 2.5. To go from big shape back to little shape, we're going to divide by 2.5. So the first question says find the length of BC. So that's this length here on the little shape. and it goes with the 5 centimeters on the big shape. So 5 divided by 2.5. How many 2.5s go into 5? That's 2 centimeters. And for B, find the length of BD. Where's BD? So BD is this gap here. So let's find AD and take away 3. So let's find AD. So A to D is going to be equal to 3 times 2.5. So 2.5, 2.5 times 3 is 7.5, 7.5. So A to D is 7.5. The whole length here is 7.5 centimeters. So if we take off 3 centimeters, we get B to D. So 7.5, take away 3 is 4.5 centimeters. Here is another scenario, another similar shapes, another set of similar shapes. How can we tell that these are similar shapes? So ACB and DCE are equal because they are vertically opposite angles. And then again, we've got parallel lines. So ABE and BED are alternate angles. So they're equal. And BAD and ADE are alternate angles, so they are equal. So we've got 3 equal angles, and that means we've got similar shapes. We should be careful with these ones because, well, AB goes with DE, but in between the dot and the double dot is length B to C, and in between the dot and the double dot is CE. So these 2 lengths go together, and A to C and C to D are going to go together. And of course, DE goes with AB. So we've got similar shapes. We've got a big triangle and a little triangle. Let's work out the scale factor. So what 2 sides that go together do we have? We've got AC and CD. The little one's 5, the big one's 10. So to go from the little shape to the big shape, we times by 2. And to go from big shape back to little shape, divide by 2. So find the length of DE. That goes with AB. So it's going to be 4 times 2, so 8 centimeters. Find the length of BC. That goes with this 9. So it's going to be 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5 centimeters. And a question for you to try. So a similar scenario. Find the length of BC and find the length of CD. So we've got similar shapes again because we've got opposite angles and 2 sets of alternate angles. So BA goes with DE. We know both of those lengths, so we can use them to work out the scale factor. AC is going to go with CD, and C to E will go with B to C. So what's the scale factor? What do we multiply 4 by to get 6? 1.5. So 1.5. Let's go from little shape to big shape, times by 1.5. To go the other way, divide by 1.5. So BC is on the little shape. It goes with CE. So 9 divided by 1.5. It's the same as 18 over 3 which is 6 centimeters. Find the length of C to D. So it's going to be 5 times 1.5. 1.5 fives is 7.5. And one more example. The question is, are the rectangles similar? So what would they need to have to be similar? So the scale factor between the lengths and the scale factor between the widths must be the same. So if two shapes are similar, one must be an enlargement of the other one. So we can't have the length being doubled and the width being trebled. They wouldn't be in the same shape. What do you multiply 4 by to get 5? So 5 over 4, that's 1.25. So the scale factor for the lengths is 1.25. And for the widths, 9 over 8. Well, that'd be 1 1/8. So 1.125. So scale factor for the length and scale factor for the width are not the same. It's not the same number. So they are not similar. So if they're similar, the scale factor for the length and the scale factor for the width must be the same. And one for you to try. So give this a go. So again, are they similar? So are the scale factors the same? So for the length, the scale factor is 40 over 32, which is 20 over 16, which is 10 over 8, which is 5 over 4. 5 over 4 or 1.25. And for the width, the scale factor is 25 over 20. They're both in the 5 times table, so 5 over 4. So it's the same scale factor. The length and the width have been multiplied by the same thing. They've both been multiplied by 1.25. So they are similar. One is an enlargement of the other one, so they are similar shapes. And one question to finish up. So pause the video and give it a go. And press play when you're ready for the answer. So part A says explain why A, B, C and C, D, E are similar shapes. So all three angles are equal. And that's because we've got ACB and DCE are opposite angles, and we've got BAE and AED are alternate angles, and the same for ABD and BDE. They are also alternate angles. So we know we've got similar shapes. So find the length of B to C. So B to C is going to go with C to D. We need to find the scale factor first though. So what two lengths do we have that go together? We've got A to B and D to E. So what's the scale factor? Would you multiply 5 by to get 12.5? So 12.5 over 5 is the same as 25 over 10, which is 2.5. So to go from little shape to big shape, we times by 2.5. And to go back from big shape to little shape, we're going to divide by 2.5. So find the length of B to C. So it's going to be 6 times by the scale factor, 2.5 sixes. So 2 sixes are 12. Half of a 6 is 3. So 12 and 3 make 15. Find the length of CE. So CE goes with A to C. So it's going to be 10 divided by the scale factor. How many 2.5s make 10? That's 4. So it's 4 centimeters.